Hi, just going to give you a video to explain the multiple time frame volatility squeeze indicator for TradeStation. This is basically an indicator that lets you see when there's a potential consolidation condition that's occurring based on the Bollinger Bands being inside the Keltner Channel. And this indicator will let you see the potential squeeze on the current time frame, as well as up to four additional larger time frames, all on the same chart or in a RadarScreen. And this also works for the scanner, so you can scan for this type of condition to exist as well. My email is shown here, as well as the website. If you have any questions or comments, please send me an email and I'll get back with you. And wanted to show the legal information here. I would encourage you to pause the video and read through this completely. Basically what we're saying is everything we do is for educational purposes only. There's no recommendation to buy or sell anything. Everything you do is fully your responsibility, and you need to get the help from the appropriate professionals to help you with trading or investing decisions. And again, everything we do is educational only. No recommendation to buy or sell anything. Okay, I've got a radar screen and a chart pulled up, both with the daily time frame. The indicator works in the daily. There's basically nothing to configure. By default, you get the 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, weekly, and the monthly time frame, and they're in order from smallest to largest, top down. So this would be the 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, weekly, and monthly volatility squeeze indication. And you can see that for Boeing, we get the same indication over here in the radar screen. You can see it says you have a 1 day, 2 day, 3 day volatility squeeze, and you can see that corresponds over here. By default, the squeeze condition is shown in the with a yellow dot, and a non-squeeze condition is gray. You can configure these colors to be whatever makes sense for you. So this just shows you how these two sync up here, where you can look at the chart and you get the same information in the in radar screen. So this video is being filmed on let's see, February 10th, 2018. So obviously the market's had a pretty volatile past few days, so things have been moving around. I'll just show you for gold. You can see right here, 2 day, 3 day, what it says. And I guess basically what I do is I try to use this. Let's look at like First Solar. See, First Solar's been dropping, but you can kind of see. Basically, I use the volatility squeeze as a potential continuation type indicator. When there's been a trend and then something consolidates for a period, and then looking to move basically in the same trend direction. So you can see this First Solar was consolidating for a while, then it had a move up. I don't know, this could have been earnings. I guess earnings can always do something exciting, but you can see here we had a nice consolidation period. We had some consolidation on the 1, 2, and 3 day time frame, and then boom, we had a nice move up, and then kind of got into a consolidation period here again, and then obviously the market as a whole kind of went down pretty hard. So you can see First Solar got dragged down with it. Let's see, just to show you, I don't know, I think Boeing had some, we were back on that at the start, but had a good video or a good visual indication of kind of how this can be used. You can see right here we had a nice consolidation period. Right here indicated 1, 2, 3 day volatility squeeze, and boom, a nice move up. Again, another nice consolidation period, and then boom, obviously a nice move up. I know earnings was in here somewhere, but still, gosh, from 260 to 350, almost a 100-point move over the matter of what, maybe 3 months. So certainly a nice move there. And right now it's setting up for a there's a consolidation, but again, the market's been pretty volatile, so we'll see what happens here in the upcoming days on Boeing. So this works for minute charts and tick charts as well. So let me show you that. Let's see. We'll come over here and we change the. Let's put that on a 15-minute chart, and that'll recalculate everything. And then let's see, let's put this on a let's say 15-minute chart. Let's make sure this is something to take note on these smaller charts. You're going to need to make sure you have some significant number of days back, because the Bollinger Bands and the Keltner Channels are working on about a 20 day period. So you need to have, I'll put at least 30 days in here. So we'll say OK. And let's see, what do we got? We can see, okay, we went to Alibaba. You can see we've got a 30-minute volatility squeeze, and that's what it says over here on the chart. By default, let me show you the inputs. You can see for the chart, time frame 1 is always the time frame of the chart. So time frame 2 is set to 30 minutes, then 60 minutes for time frame 3, 120 minutes for time frame 4, and on the minute chart by default time frame 5 is going to be a daily volatility squeeze. And then for tick charts, I must admit I don't use tick charts a whole lot, but this will work on it. So I've just put a default of 100, 200, 400, and 800 ticks for the time frames 2 through 5. Of course, the time frame 1 would be whatever the ticks are that you set. And just take note, if you have a minute or a tick chart that is bigger than some of these values, then these values won't be used. That squeeze will be blank. So what you'll need to do is, if you wanted to have I don't know, a 500 tick chart as your time frame, then you would need to change these to something bigger than 500 so that you could get a volatility squeeze indication if that existed for the higher level tick indications. Of course, it always works for time frame 1, so if you just care about the current time frame you're on, then you really don't have to worry about this, and you can just use it for time frame 1. But again, right now we're on a 15-minute chart. The default is 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 120 minutes, and then 1 day. So let me just say OK. So we can see that, and then let's come down to Boeing just to show you. See, it says 1 day over here, and we can see we have a 1 day volatility squeeze. Of course, this is over maybe about a 3-day period, so showing you how long that 1 day volatility squeeze has existed. So let me see, that shows you kind of basically RadarScreen and the chart. And just to let you know, if you install this indicator on your own charts, rather than just the default when you download the indicator, there'll be a lot of different plots that are shown in RadarScreen. Basically, you just want to go ahead and hide those and not show them, because it's just showing the same information over these charts over here, which really are kind of just a bother. The one you want to see on RadarScreen is just this one called squeezes, and then these two are really appropriate to look at in the scanner, and we'll go look at that. Okay, this is showing you an example scanner setup. Basically, I'm just looking for stocks that trade on average at least 1 million shares a day and are at least above $20. Of course, you can use this or not, or do whatever you want. This is just how I have it set up. And then the volatility squeeze indicator. These are all defaults. It's on the daily time frame. So by default, it's going to be looking for daily, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, weekly, and monthly volatility squeezes. And this indicator here, squeeze count, is telling you you want to look for anything basically that has some type of squeeze, because this is saying 1 or more of the squeezes across the 5 time frames. Of course, this could be, I guess this value 5 would be the max that it could be. So if you want to look for things that have 2 or more squeezes, you would change this to 2. Whatever makes sense for your situation. And the other thing to take note, if you just want to look for say you just want to look for squeezes in the first time frame, which is just the time frame of the chart or the radar screen that you have, you can just look for this indicator. For this column in the indicator, and you can scan on that and just say it'll return a 1 if there's a squeeze that's active, and 0 if not. So you can just leave it greater than or equal to 1. This would find you all the stocks that you're looking for that have a squeeze on the time frame, which would be daily in this case. So, but just to kind of show you with the squeeze count, let me go ahead and I'll run this scan, and we'll see what we find, and then I'll show you some of the results. Okay, this is just showing you part of the results that were returned, not everything. I just sorted them in order of the number of squeezes. So you can see we have some up here. This Sempra Energy has a volatility squeeze across 4 time frames. I think Bristol Myers does. So let me see. We'll go we'll go look at those two on the chart just to show you that how this works here. Okay, back to the radar screen and chart just to show you how the scan results, that everything lines up. We said we had 4 volatility squeeze indications on the daily time frame when the daily was the base time frame. So now we can see, for SRE, Sempra Energy, we have a 1-day, 2-day, 3-day, and a monthly squeeze, and you can see that corresponds over here to what you see in the charts. Again, this one's going down, so I don't know. Maybe it's we'll see how that turns out. But just showing you how that works. Then Bristol Myers, you can see basically have a 1-day, 2-day, 3-day, and a weekly squeeze. And again, that corresponds to what we see in the chart over here. So you can see Bristol Myers has come up and then basically been in what maybe a $5 range here for October to February. So we've been getting that volatility squeeze. So again, that'll be interesting to see what happens there. But just wanted to show you how the you can take the scanner results and then put them in here, in RadarScreen and charts, and do whatever you think is consistent with your trading plan and the things you want to use this indicator for. So that's basically it. Just showing you how it works in the chart, the RadarScreen, and then scanner, and then it works on like I said, daily or minute time frames and tick charts as well. So this has a free trial period, so please try it out. If there's something that can be done to improve it, send me an email, let me know, and I look forward to hearing from you, and hopefully this is a useful tool for you. Thanks.